Two quick things. First of all, I made a Discord server. Yeah. Whoa. It's honestly a little dead right now, but there's people and I'm planning on doing event stuff and yeah, just come hang out with everyone. And also, a shout out to just another user. They did a 3D model of my Vanilla Lake 2 remake. Look at that. Look at that. And they sent another picture of it in the server. Look, that's so cool. Look. Look. But yeah, that's everything. Enjoy the video.
SpongeBob?
Hi, how are you?
What's the meaning of this?
As some of you may know, I am back in college, and that's why content has been lacking lately. But using my newfound college level knowledge, allow me to show you what I've been working on. Okay, I'm still early in the college grind. So today we are getting into the Mushroom Cup for Mario Kart 10. These will be 4 brand new tracks made by yours truly, and I'll go ahead and show off one of the main gimmicks for this game. There's a video before this, you don't have to watch it though. All you really need to know is my main concept for this game is to transform some of Mario Kart Tour's mechanics into a full game, but like a lot smoother than what Deluxe did. Not to say it sucks, it's just some of it is kind of... But anyways, let's get into it. Alright campers. This is Super Circuit Stadium. When thinking of how to make a starting course, it was surprisingly hard because the only one that like doesn't suck is Mario Kart Stadium. So the first thing that came to mind was just to do that again, but do something bigger. So I decided it would take place inside and outside of the stadium. So you start off in the giant pipe coliseum and exit into this pit area right here. You take this long road and drive around these toad houses right here. There's a ramp right here that you can take if you have a mushroom. You then take a U-turn with an optional half pipe and land on this plethora of boost panels, and then finish a lap. I'm sure you noticed this giant ramp in the middle, so yes, I would like to bring back the lap changing mechanic, but only on some tracks. And I'd also like to make it smoother and more natural and not just large glowing red arrows. So this little gate thing would open up on lap 3 and guide you onto the ramp. You glide over the stadium, hearing the roars of the crowd, and land on the other side in this dirt area. So you take this bridge across the lake, then turn into this little tunnel onto the same road with the boost panels, and finish the race. It's nothing too crazy, but you know, it's a starter course, so I can't cook up too much. Our second track is Koopa Troopa Swamp. My main idea for this one was I thought the giant shells in this one Mario Wii level would be fun to drive through. I just completely forgot Koopa Cave existed until after I finished this. But it's okay, I did things different enough, I think. You start off in this spiny shell, then take this road through some more shells. You take this ramp and a long U-turn into this shallow swamp area. Think a road like the beginning of Bangkok Rush. There's a bunch of item boxes floating here, as well as a patch of grass you can cut through right here. You turn left into this large anti-gravity section. This track would serve as the introduction to anti-gravity driving in this game, so I didn't want to do anything too crazy, just a simple curve. There's also a shorter curve right here if you have a mushroom. You jump off of this ramp into this deeper pit of water with some muddy puddles and roots to trick off of. Then you emerge and make a U-turn to finish the race. This track also has the first intentional feather shortcut. I established this in the last video, but basically the feather is a new item I have that will launch you into the air and open your glider, allowing for new shortcut types. You can perform it anywhere, just like a mushroom, but there will be like specific shortcuts you can take. Here you can use it to take this higher path full of boost ramps. And that's everything I have to say about this one. This is Lakitu Garden, a track inspired by the theme of a Zen garden. You start off in this little house in the middle, then take these large sharp turns into the bigger house. You can also use a mushroom to cut through this small pond. You take a left in the house, go up some stairs, and make a U-turn. There's an anti-gravity ramp right here that puts you on the roof. There's an anti-gravity ramp right here that puts you on the roof, which you drive across to the other house, and then up onto this small cliff area. You can also use a feather to get up to the higher area of the roof, but I'm not sure if this is actually faster, but shut up, it's cool and awesome. You take a U-turn here into the split path area, then take a left to go down this stream. There's also a small cut right here you can take using a mushroom. You glide off of this waterfall and fly down to the finish line. You can also choose to fly into this little top area, not for any kind of advantage, but just because it's cool. This layout was kind of hard to see in this one, so here's kind of an x-ray view of everything. What? A Mario themed track that isn't a Mario circuit? And it's based on Hotel Mario? Yeah, I wanted to base it on another character so I wouldn't ruin the Mario circuit trend, but come on, Hotel Mario is right there.
Bowser!
So this is the final track with the Mushroom Cup, and I wanted this to be a full introduction to tour style tracks. For lap 1, you start here and drive through this large open lobby. You can also drive through this spinny door for a boost, which, you know, doesn't make sense, but come on, it's a spinny door. You take a ride down this hallway and follow the stairs down to this pool area. You drive around it, and there's a suspiciously placed boost pad right here. You can also use the mushroom to cut through this room, which will launch you into the pool. You follow this road into the dining hall area, which I'm pretty sure is a thing hotels have, but then leave the hotel through this large door. There's also another glider cut right here that you can perform through the window. You take this road around back to the starting line to finish lap 1. I think I was subconsciously inspired by Coconut Mall, like their layouts are pretty similar. So I hope this track would be a hypothetical fan favorite. On to lap 2, you start off normally until you get to this suspicious ramp. In my original sketch for this layout, the ramp was just placed here like in Calamari Desert, but I wanted it to flow better and not just be like, oh look, a ramp appeared. Oh. So this pad would rise up and turn to a half pipe. This would launch you over this wall into the sand pit. You follow this road into the deck area and drive on it until you get to the beach. You follow this kind of snake-like open path on the beach with a half pipe here, and a mushroom shortcut here. You can also use a feather to fly over this shack in the middle. There's also a hidden road in the ocean with boost pads. I'm not sure if this route is faster, but it's just another cool little thing. You take this ramp back to the road to start lap 3. It might be a little underwhelming, but for lap 3, you just complete the first lap in reverse. There's a ramp here for a small mushroom shortcut, and you can use a feather to perform this shortcut on the balcony in reverse. And that's Hotel Mario. I don't think it was a beach resort in the original game, but I'm really happy with how this one turned out. I'm sure everyone knows Mario Kart Tour has an insane track lineup, but did you know that practically every course has 4 variants? There's a normal, R, T, and RT. I'll get more on like how everything works in a technical way, like settings and stuff, in a future video. But every track in this game will have a reverse and trick variant, not an RT since I thought that might be a little much. In Mario Kart Tour, these provide completely new layouts and isn't just the original trig variant backwards, if that makes sense. I'll go ahead and breeze through the reverse variants real quick since there isn't too much to change. For Super Circuit Stadium, a ramp will appear here for the first 2 laps. Then on the third one it will be moved so you can take this tunnel to the alternate route for the last lap. There will also be a glider here to help you get over the stadium. In Koopa Troopa Swamp, some rubble will direct you towards this bridge that takes you up to the anti-gravity section, and the mushroom cut is not accessible here. There would also be a small ramp right here to help you out of the puddle area. For Lakitu Garden, there's a glider ramp immediately to help you climb the waterfall. The ramp placements here are just swapped on the roof portion, and then there's a ramp to help you back to the finish line. Hotel Mario is weird because a reverse of a reverse is just normal. So you complete the first lap normally until the end, where you would be directed around this area onto the beach. Instead of a half pipe, there would simply be a large ramp here to launch you back into the pool area. You would follow the hallways back to the entrance and then just complete lap 1 in reverse. So, pretty simple.
What the fuck? Do a flip!
Now we can get on to the trick variants. Sorry if I'm yapping too much, but I honestly have no idea how many people play Mario Kart Tour, so I'm just assuming only like 4 of you know this game is real. Trick variants are basically just harder versions of existing tracks. They place a lot of ramps everywhere and create artificial roads that sometimes alter the layout a ton. It's essentially reusing assets to make a new course. They get really creative with it in the later courses. I'm a bit limited though and can't go as crazy, because it's alright to make weird layouts in Tour since smart steering is always on by default, but you can't pull that shit in a game where that isn't required. So the layouts have to flow like a normal course. Okay, anyways, let's get into those. For the introduction to trig variants, you start off with an optional half pipe, followed by these alternating boost pads with the piranha plant in the middle, and then a ramp right here. The default route here is the glider ramp, which will lead you into this large floating anti-gravity road. I actually designed this to be a reference to Mario Kart Stadium. These two basically have the same track layout. But yeah, you take the glider down to this new ramp and then finish the first 2 laps. On lap 3, this other floating road will show up and the glider ramp will transform into a normal one, forcing you to take this new road. You then start driving the track in reverse until you get to this glider ramp, which honestly isn't necessary here. You can just fly back down to this area. Then you complete the rest of the track in reverse, and the race is done. For For the swamplands, you start off taking this road around the shells instead of going inside them. There's ramps along this turn with a glider ramp right here. You can fly over to one of these 2 ramps, and there's also boost panels in the water. The shortcut here is cut off again, and you take this longer path with more ramps. This also ends with a glider ramp. There's another kind of split path where you can choose between these 2 roads, or just go into the water, although it will be slower, and then you just complete the track as normal. I know the original layout was kind of hard to read, but dear god. Okay, you start off as normal and you take this large ramp to the top floor of this building. You turn left to make this weird anti-gravity U-turn around the tower. You get launched onto this other road, then take the roundabout to this ramp, which will launch you through this paper curtain thing through the building, which will be destroyed once the first racer makes contact, kinda like a little throwback to Dragon Palace. You then take this elevated U-turn and use these mushroom trampolines to go down the waterfall. Rinse and repeat for 3 laps. Starting in the lobby, there are 3 additional ramps on every path here. When you get to the pool, you take this anti-gravity U-turn into the dining area. There's 2 glider ramps here that you can take off these elevated track pieces. The higher road up here is inaccessible for now. You take this ramp back to the finish line for lap 2. When you get there, the stairs are cut off and you have to drive through this room, which isn't a shortcut anymore. You take this road above the pool and land on the mushroom trampoline on the beach. There's a few ramps on the deck area with a sharp turn rewarding you with a glide through these geysers. If you miss it, there's another ramp further along this area. There's also gliding rings suspended above the beach. For lap 3, you take this new road along the outside of the hotel, which takes you through the window into the elevated dining area. This takes you through this little opening on the stairs, and then you exit through the lobby and finish the race. And that's the Mushroom Cup complete. I'm pretty proud of all the tracks I've come up with, and I hope you all like them. I think the hardest part right now is making up trick variants. I never realized how heavily they rely on Tor's driving system until making this, but I hope showing off the things Tor introduced can help people appreciate that game more, because it's really not as bad as people say it is. But that's all I've got for today. I'm not sure exactly what my next video will be. Making new tracks from scratch takes a lot of time, especially with college, so I might go over some retro track stuff, but we'll see. Thanks for watching, and thank you for all the support you guys have given me. Have a nice day, and I love you.